Today on Sonoran Living Live, 'tis the season for parties and entertaining. How vinegar and oils can add that something extra to your food to impress your guests. All right, guess what? We're on to the kitchen this morning. Vinegars and oils. You know what? They are pretty delicious, don't you know? But you can do so much more with them. They're somewhat kitchen staples for some of us, but not to this gal. Chef Tootie is in our kitchen this morning. Chef Tootie Frank Johnson, we haven't seen you here forever.
I know.
But you're doing something really exciting. You're working with this new company. It's called Von Foss.
Von Foss, which means from the cask in German.
Really? I didn't know that.
It's a European way of trying before you buy.
Oh.
So in Europe, you can actually take any kind of a bottle and go in and get it filled up with vinegars, oils, liquors, any of the spirits they have. At our store, we can only do the vinegars and oils, but we have the fantastic spirits.
Okay, and vinegars and oils you do. If you can just grab a little gander over here. Unbelievable selection here. You guys have really interesting concoctions. What are some of your crazy flavors?
Let's see. Crazy flavors. We have a delicious, one of my favorites is the calamansi, which is made with calamondin. The little tiny, like mandarin oranges.
Oh, yeah.
And they use them when they're green, and it's very intense. Today we're going to make a cranberry sparkler. So we're going to use vinegar in a non-alcoholic drink.
Awesome. All right. We got 3 minutes. Can we do it all?
We can.
All right. You want to do this one first?
Yeah, let's do this one first.
All right.
So you open that Pellegrino.
Okay.
And this is the cranberry balsamic. And we're going to use about a half a cup.
I see. I never think of putting balsamic vinegar in a cocktail, but...
And then put that in there. And then this is great. You can add vodka to it if you do want to have something.
Sure.
It is so refreshing.
You have cranberries in here as well, lemons,
cranberries,
limes.
a little bit of fruit. Just it looks beautiful and it makes it very festive looking. And the cranberries will float up to the top. And
oh, that is beautiful. Look at how festive that is.
Isn't that great?
Yes.
I'm going to stir it with the back end of the spoon here.
That's a good idea.
This odd base I've got.
I love it. I love it. Look how pretty that is. No alcohol in this.
No alcohol.
But it's festive. You can serve it to everybody.
Obviously, you don't want that many cranberries in your drink, but
no, but that's all right.
You can get a taste of it.
I want to taste test it because I've never had it.
It's delicious. It's you know, you get a little bit on the vinegar nose, but it comes through without being very sweet. There's not a lot of residual sugar in the vinegars, so.
Yes.
It's delicious.
Yes. Yeah, it's yummy. I like it.
All right. I said, you can always add vodka if you want.
This is a great, I like it even better than. This is a yummy appetizer that you've made up. And this is a
very
blue cheese,
simple
walnut, and apple stuffed Treviso.
Right, which is a type of endive. And you can use the like regular endives if you had. So simple, it's got cream cheese, it's got a little blue cheese. You want to squash that up for me? We're going to put just a pinch of salt. A few grinds of black pepper.
I can see why it's important to have soft cream cheese on this one.
It is, soft cream cheese.
Walnuts.
Chopped walnuts.
Ooh, this is super simple.
It is super simple. And this has some Gala apple. Obviously, we're not going to get it all made, but I've got them ready to go.
It's okay. We're getting the idea here.
Get in there, apples. And basically just squish all that up and then put it in the Treviso leaves.
All right,
which are
so
these.
we've done that. And then
what
here comes the fun part,
now,
the
this
drizzle.
is our walnut oil. These are cold pressed oils that we have from France. And oh my God, they are just fantastic.
Now, what kind of oil is this?
This is walnut, so we're intensifying. This is one of our favorite pairings. So the apple balsamic and the walnut. So we're just intensifying what we already have in the dish. And
guys,
that's it.
I'm telling you,
It's one recipe that made all of those.
I taste tested earlier, but it didn't have the oil or the balsamic on it yet, so I got to try.
Isn't that delicious? It just really perks it up at the end.
It's insane. It's insane. And I can't believe how easy it is. And you guys sell these in pairings, or you can buy them individually, and you can try them when you come to the store.
You can come try anything that we have in the store. We have these beautiful amphoras and these casks for the liqueurs and the liquors. And come and taste it. And then we can do any size. This is 100 milliliter, and you can go up to like the 750. So
excellent.
It's big.
All right, what are you making for us next?
The next thing we're going to make is squash soup, which I could probably get that started.
All right, well, why don't you get that started? No, well, we'll do it later, but you can go ahead and do what you need to do. By the way, the recipes are on our website, sonoranliving.com.
And we're going to open next week, end of next week.
Oh, yeah, they're not open yet.
Not open just yet.
We'll tell you more about it later. Nothing says fall like butternut squash soup. How to make yours at home using unique oils and vinegars when Sonoran Living Live returns. we're back in the kitchen spicing things up with vinegar and oils with Chef Tootie Frank Johnson of Vom Foss in Scottsdale, which, by the way, hasn't even opened yet.
Right, we're under construction.
Just how much longer?
Middle of next week to end of next week.
Okay, well, it's getting close, and what they offer are all kinds of unique oils and vinegars, and we're going to talk about that in just a second. But first of all, you're using them in your recipes this morning. Butternut squash soup, a perfect staple for fall. What are you doing?
I've got a little bit of melted butter in there.
Okay.
And then this is simple. You know, I don't do things that are very complicated because I want it just to taste good and be really quick. And then, you know, everybody can actually make them. The recipes are simple.
Go figure.
So we've got the onions sauteing, and, you know, we'll let that go for a minute. Got some spices. I've got some white pepper, some cinnamon. So, and you can add a little bit more of these if you want it. A little ginger.
And by the way, the recipes are on the website.
Some coriander. I just kind of stir that up.
Ooh, just the smell from that.
I know. And then we've got our cubed butternut squash.
Do you have to...
you can buy this already cubed, by the way.
I was going to ask you. Do you have to buy it fresh and cut it all up?
Well, I've never used... I don't know if they even make it frozen, but I've never used anything but fresh. But I do see this in the store. Like, believe me, it's a great convenient.
Absolutely. And you don't have to... don't laugh at me, but you don't have to, like, blanch it or anything like that?
No, it's going to cook in about 25 minutes.
Oh, really?
So we get that sauteing. We're going to add just vegetable or chicken stock.
Okay.
So this is going to take about 1.5 to 2 quarts. It depends on how starchy the squash is.
Okay.
And then when that's done, we're going to puree it up. I've got a handy-dandy handheld blender with me. And then we're going to add a little bit of heavy cream. And we're going to finish it with some Styrian pumpkin seed oil and some roasted salted pepitas.
Okay, well, you're cooking that up.
Finish this up.
I want you all to meet Melissa Conte. She is the owner of Vom Foss. And Vom Foss is brand new to the Valley, and I'm super excited about what I'm seeing here. I'm so passionate about oils and vinegars. I love them. But what's the difference? You know, what makes you guys different? What are you doing differently?
Well, I think one of the things that Tootie mentioned was that Vom Foss means from the cask. And what that says is the products that we have, they are bagged in airtight bladders at the production site. And
which are all made here locally, by the way.
Well, the production sites are all basically in the Mediterranean, mostly in the Mediterranean region.
Okay, you bring them over and then
we bring them over from that area, yes. And so they're bagged in these airtight bladders, and they're sealed in opaque boxes. And so basically what that is saying is you're getting a product that's as if you were taking it from the cask yourself.
Wow.
Which is really amazing, and you really do taste that in the products. And what I think really sets us apart in our oil and vinegars are our nut and seed oils. We have a pistachio, we have a pumpkin seed oil, and then our fruit vinegars, I think, they're just phenomenal. They're not a vinegar with a fruit juice added to it. They're actually fermented from the fruit itself, and you really taste the depth.
And you know, beyond that, beyond the fact that they go above and beyond to make them, the way they do their packaging is just so clever, because when they put things together, everything is hand poured, hand labeled. I mean, you really have a personalized touch to everything. And I love how you've put these little specialty little gift sets together. And something else kind of interesting, liqueurs as well, and brandy. Tell me about the brandy.
Okay, so we have several different spirits. We have some cognacs and Armagnac, and this one, yes, this is a Scotch whiskey. This is a special Bunnahabhain. It's a single malt, meaning it comes from one distillery, 24-year, age 24-year, and this is a wonderful Scotch. We also have several beautiful liqueurs, and recently what's become very popular are the grappas.
What's a grappa?
And grappa is actually a product that was originally started because the workers in the fields were given the byproducts of the wine production, and so that's what they use to make their wine.